Hello everybody, I'm Christa Jacobson, head mistress of the Budo, and today I'm going out for a nice little stroll every night after the dojo closes. Put the kids to bed, and I take my dogs for a walk, and then after I take my dogs for a walk, I go on a walk myself. I find it, I don't know, I think it's just relaxing. I come outside in the nice and the night air and get to see the moon, and I walk around, and there's not a lot of people. It's not very busy at night, so I like going for my night strolls. Anyway, tonight I kind of want to talk to you guys a little bit. I know I look like total hell, but it's the end. It's definitely the end of the day, so I'm not getting all done up for this video here. But I want to talk to you guys a little bit about focus. And so no matter who we are, we all lose focus. We all lose, what it is that, what we want in life, whether it's through goals in the martial arts or our personal life, or maybe a professional life, or family, private life, that kind of thing. All of us, somehow or another, we will lose track of that. And we need to regain our focus. And I think that it's important for people to truly not only understand how to do it, but to learn how to get back to those things that are more important and why you set those goals in the first place. I mean, I'm not trying to make some little statement. It's gonna stroke the ego kind of thing here, but I could say, I have so many people in the online dojo. I do. I have a shit ton of people that trains in the online dojo, and they start up, they might send me one or two review videos, and then that's it. They don't finish the review process, they don't test, they don't keep moving forward. And it's for a variety of reasons. I mean, it's for a variety of reasons, but nonetheless, they started for a reason. And I have people that join the dojo and they maybe go a month or two, and maybe it's too hard physically and they just can't hack it, so they quit. Sometimes we get people that get up to the black belt level and they just can't hack it anymore, because some people really truly do fear success. They fear success. They feel more at ease and more secure with themselves as a complete failure. And we even see that. You'll get people who train their ass off, they get up to be a black belt, and everything in their life they've had to bust their ass for, and they're not really, in their eyes, they don't see themselves as a successful person. So they just fuck things up in their personal life just because, being not successful is what makes them feel more confident, bitching about the grind rather than doing the grind. One reason why so many people aren't successful in life is because they don't like change. And to be successful, you have to change. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, if you want to be successful, you have to put yourself in a different position than where you are now. And a lot of people don't like that change, that process of growth, and that just makes them feel uncomfortable. So I've seen people even train and become black belts, and then from there they squander and fuck everything up in their personal life and take time away from the dojo, and oh, woes is me, my life sucks, it's terrible, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. But what I want to talk about today is all of that. This is a total me just going out for a night walk, and I'm going to try to keep this video around 10 minutes. Right now we're at about the 4.5 minute mark, so right around the 10-minute time I'll start winding it down, but I want to keep it around 10 minutes at most. But the goal here is to talk about focus. And so many times you have people, the first thing they say is, well, I ain't got any time. I started doing something and I don't have the time. You got the time. Everyone can make time for something if they really truly want to do it. You have the time. You don't want to do what it takes to utilize that time properly. Like you'd rather watch The Walking Dead or whatever your TV shows are than go out and, work on your cardio and hit the weights, hit the heavy bag, pull out the sword and work on your kata. If you guys are martial arts students in the Budo Yukai, if you guys are studying under me in the Budo Yukai and the Ninjutsu and Bujutsu that we teach here at the curriculum, you guys ask yourself, like, how good of a student are you, really? I mean, think about that. When I say how good of a student are you, if you guys are here at the Hanbu, how many books do you have that I've written? How many DVDs that we have out that you have? How many classes a week do you come to? Are you a full-time student? Are you a part-time student? What can you do to make yourself better? Like if you're a Hanbu student, ask yourself those questions. If you are an online student, ask yourself the same questions. How many hours a week do I actually train doing the martial arts? Right? How many books have you purchased that I've written? How many DVDs of mine do you have? It's not just about, do you only want to be as good as the paper? That's really what it comes down to. Do you only want to be that good? Because a lot of times people join the program and, you get this, okay, this is what you get level 1, level 2, etc. And they don't ever branch out from that. Well, shit. If that's the only way you want to learn something, there's a difference between learning a martial art, dedicating yourself to the way, right? And then just doing the if you just do the requirements, and I'm going to say this, stop for a second. If you're a student in the Budo Yukai and the only thing you're doing is, this is my 9th kyu, this is what I'm doing, that's it. You're doing the bare fucking minimum. Bare minimum. So are you a bare, and if that's all you want to do is the bare minimum and it's a hobby, it's something a little bit more exotic than golf, right? Then you're doing fine. You have your own goals. It's not, what your goals are is your goals. How good you are in the martial arts is going to be dependent on what you put into it. The more work you put in and the more you study, the better you're going to be. It's that simple. But the focus is, what are you doing to make yourself better? Are you doing what it takes to make yourself better? Are you making excuses? If you are making excuses, why are you doing that? Are you doing what you love to do? If you're not doing what you love to do, then why are you doing it? One decision in your life right now can totally change the rest of your life. One decision with your training can completely change the direction of your training. It's just like in a fight. When you guys are sparring, whether we're doing, a temiwaza matches or nagewaza matches or maybe newaza or kumiyuchi matches or kumite, where we're putting the striking and throwing and grappling together and weapons sparring and things like that. You could be getting your tail whipped the whole time, and that one shot, bang, that one shot, boom, that changes momentum. Momentum will change like that, right? Momentum, she'll change on you real quick. She will switch sides on you real quick. And that one decision right now to change the direction of your training will swing the momentum in your favor to catapult your skills to be better. So if you guys are online Ninjutsu Dojo students and you're training via online through me, when was the last time you sent in a review video? When was the last time you sent me something that I could look at it and be like, yep, this is what we need to do? And if you haven't done that in a long time, why? What is stopping you from sending those videos, right? How many books do you have? Do you read those books? How many DVDs of mine do you have? Do you watch those DVDs? Outside of the curriculum, outside of the basic requirements, how much of the extracurricular training DVDs do you have? And I think that is a serious question, because then you could gauge yourself, like, how good of a student are you? Are you a student that goes above and beyond, or are you a student that just does the bare minimum? We teach here at the dojo, where I teach 6 days a week. Sunday's the only day I don't teach inside the Hanbu, and I usually get caught up on Sunday. This is the day that I don't teach any classes, but Monday through Saturday I teach classes at the Hanbu. And how many days are you coming in? How many days do you take off? How many days do you go to the gym? How many days are you working on your cardio and all the Hojo and Do requirements of your cardiovascular skills, the bag work, the heavy bag, the the resistance training. How many days are you working and studying the different scrolls, studying the different requirements? If you guys are in the Budo, you know that every level there's going to be the historical Shinobi Jutsu questions, and the verbal exam is a very important aspect towards the testing in the Budo, you know. And I think that's what separates us. When I separated from the Budo years ago, so I'm already at the 10-minute mark. Shit. When I separated from the Budo years ago, you know, I did it because I got tired of all the bullshit in the martial arts, and I wanted to give my students something that was real, something that was authentic, the way that it's supposed to be. None of this horse shit, you know. And what we see is, we see so many people and organizations teach martial arts, whether it's individually or through an organization, and what they do is that they subtract what should be. Right? I'm on the dark half of the block here, so you guys might not see very much of me, but hopefully you guys can keep hearing me though. But you know, we have mind, body, and spirit. So when we look at mind, body, spirit, let's start with the body. Is the martial arts school that you're going to, are they truly training your body for combat? Are you sparring? Are you grappling? Are you getting punched? Are you really getting hit? Because if you ain't getting hit, you got to ask yourself, I'm going to get hit when someone attacks me. Why am I not getting hit? I mean, to be good at defending someone hitting you, you need to have someone hit you. I mean, you know, and maybe it's just because when I did martial arts all growing up as an apprentice, I had people hit me, and I had to move and block and learn counter punching and learn different distancing and learning combinations and all that kind of stuff. This idea of just going in there and doing a couple techniques and leaving with a little bit of warm-up, I don't get it. So yet this mind, body, spirit, so many organizations, they don't do the body, they don't condition the body, they don't want to do the push-ups, sit-ups, and squats, they don't want to do the physical requirements. The mind is simply learning. You're learning new techniques. You're learning this is a wrist lock against a grab, or this is a technique or a kata versus this punch, or whatever the situation is. You know, there's the mind. The spirit is the connection to the art. Bushiki, samurai spirit. That's the connection to the art. So it's like, are you learning the history, the tradition, the lineage, where it comes from, why they do it, all of the kuden, all of the hiden? Are you learning those kind of things? And if you're not learning those things, why aren't you learning those things? I've had, in the last 4 years, I shit you not, in the last 4 years, I've closed 4 schools because they didn't want to learn the history and tradition. They didn't want to do the push-ups, sit-ups, and squats. They just wanted to warm up and just do the kata. You know, and I believe everyone grows to be where they're going to be. So I think that a lot of times people start joining the Budo and they get going with me, and I think maybe they feel like I'm just going to get lax on them if they stay with me for a long time. And I bust my own ass every day when I train. I just expect everybody else to bust their ass and train, and that's just part of martial arts, is training. And bringing it all together, the mind, the body, the spirit, even though it is separate, they're all interconnected. And you do it together. You don't separate them. So like some people say, well, I go to church or the temple for the spiritual side, and then I go to martial arts, and then I go to the gym and I do bodybuilding 3 days a week. You're always going to be lost. You're always going to be looking for and asking yourself those deep questions, why? And if you guys, and for those out there that do ask yourself those questions, I guarantee you do things like that. You separate things. You don't connect them. And the martial arts should be interconnected. You need to focus on what it is that makes you better. Why did you start? Why are you not doing it? Where can you find the time? I'm here to help. This isn't a sales type of a video, like, oh, I got a new DVD out. No, this is are you taking advantage of what's out there? Are you training? If you're not training, why aren't you training? You know, there's always time. And I'm busting my ass every day to help as many people as I can. And I look at my numbers, and it's like, I have so many people that's joined, and so many people that I see hit the like button, you know, but they're not sending review videos. They watch my videos and make kind comments, but they're not training. Why? Why don't you just train? Make yourself better. You only live once. You know, you don't need to live a mediocre ass life and constantly live in this constant state of depression and anxiety and fear. You know, once you start walking, you start walking. Take the step. You can't move forward without taking a step. You know? And that's truly what this video is about. Focus. Even if you have to put it on paper and just say, okay, this is what I want. This is what I want out of life. This is what I want out of martial arts training. And go get it. And if you're part of the Budo Yukai, let me know what I can do to help you through training. That's the constant goal. Is we have this thing that we say, and it's a saying that I've read other schools use, and it's higher consciousness through harder impact. And it's so true. We are so disconnected from the world, right? Because like right now, I'm probably using Wi-Fi and the lights off some car and the street lights and the energy and all this kind of stuff. All this man-made energy I'm surrounded with. We've become numb to the natural energy. The only true energy that we can feel that we're not numb to is pain, right? I mean, obviously there's love and all these other forms of emotional energy, but through training you can feel pain. That's something that we've always felt, and it's very primitive. And when you start learning how to deal with that pain, you start to grow. And as you start to grow and endure and persevere and overcome, everything about you becomes better. The way you can bend energy, the way that you can feel energy, the way that you can work with energy, all that is better. But it can't be better when the only thing you're doing is wearing clothing that's made out of some plastic or rubber or whatever, under light bulbs and Wi-Fi and all this man-made energy, and it makes it very difficult to be able to separate yourself and focus. But through training, you have to endure pain. You have to overcome obstacles. You have to face those fears. You have to fight depression. You have to face the things that you might not be good at, and defeat them. Defeat your inner demons. That's what it's about, you know. But too many people don't want to do it. Too many people that are hobbyists, you know. It's like, oh, I'm going to do this study Krav Maga for a week on YouTube, and study Muay Thai for a week on YouTube, and check out someone's DVDs and all this kind of stuff, and they don't dedicate themselves to the way. If you're not going to dedicate yourself to yourself, then don't expect anything else to be dedicated to you either. And if you ain't going to have any faith in yourself, it's going to be very hard for other people to have faith in you as well. Anyway, this has been a long video, so my phone's probably going to shut off. I'm not for sure if you guys got anything out of this. It's an 18-minute night walk ramble, but if you guys are interested in authentic ninjutsu and classical samurai bujutsu, if you want to study with a school that encourages individuality and will truly help you be the person that you want to be, help you be the person that you want to be without us telling you what you should be. We're just here to help you. If you truly want to be part of something, then check us out at www.budoninjutsu.com.